Everybody, welcome back to the channel and welcome to my kitchen with a 50-year-old refrigerator that still runs. That's the humming sound that you're hearing in the background. Today we're going to be talking about my most important pillar in preparedness. I prep for water, food, and security in that order. Now, I didn't say insecurity, I said and security in that order. With that said, I want to thank the Membrane Solutions company for sending me this water purification device to test, to show you, to take apart, to disassemble, to find the goods, the bads, and the uglies. So with that said, it's pretty big. That's why we're in the kitchen. And this is the Membrane Solution P1 water filter. This is a stainless steel hand pump water filter system. It's good size. It's bigger than my beard. This is not a life straw. And when we think about water purification in a survival situation, we often forget that we will need a lot of water in a survival situation. And we should be thinking about the ability to purify large amounts of water. Now, there's lots of other ways to do it. As you can see back there, there's my water drop machine right back there. I use it in my kitchen every day. You should be able to get some things out of the water that a regular carbon filter won't get out. Now, with that said, brief description. This thing has 4-stage filtration, removes microplastics. Everybody loves that. Removes chlorine. Everybody loves that. Heavy metals, odors, PFOAs, and PFOS. It will take out of your water. So if you're one of those super healthy water nut people, then this could be the survival filter for you. It's a stainless steel body. It's kind of built tough for the wild, basically this could be your outdoor companion if you like. It's going to do stuff for you that regular filters won't. This does have a high flow, long lifespan. It actually delivers up to 27 ounces per minute with a 528 gallon filter capacity, which we will test today. Not a joke. This is just it's not just an unboxing, which we'll do, but we're going to actually put some water through this puppy. Now, it's portable, and it comes with all the silicone hoses that you can possibly think of, even a storage bag. It's even got a little bit of kit to it, in case you break something. And this filter is certified NSF ANSI 4253. So it's going to be reliable. It's going to be reliable. Now, first things first. I'm not an affiliate. I don't make a penny on this product. They sent it to me. I test it. I tell you what I think of it. What I can tell you is that looking at their website, let me get over that a little bit more. Looking at their website, they're offering free shipping on all orders. They have a 30-day return policy. They have a 1-year warranty. And most of the time, I've been looking for like a month just to see if it changes. Because I've had this way too long. Membrane Solutions. I owed this video to you like 2 months ago. I apologize, but I'm doing it now. So, yeah, it's getting done. Anyway, there's normally a coupon code on their website that you don't have to sign up for or do any kind of crazy stuff. It literally is just going to show up. Now, I will give you a link to the description on their website and a link to the Amazon page where you can also find this. I do recommend that you buy it directly from their website and not the Amazon page. Like I said, I don't make a penny on this. Because they normally are going to have a coupon code. And also, I did notice that if you guys are familiar with PayPal, which I hope you are, some people like it, some people don't, but they do accept PayPal as well. So, yeah. I'm going to adjust the camera real quick. We're going to open this box up. I'm going to show you what's inside of it. And then after that, we're going to put some water through it so you can actually see what it does. Okay, so comes in this big old box. It's at least down to my forearm, so it's a lot of inches. All right, so I'm going to crack this puppy open, see what we got in here. All right, so some of the basic stuff. Let's see. We got this looks like a O-ring kit, a couple of extra valves. It's lots of extra parts, things that wear, things like that. I'm going to say this is really good because these are the parts that are probably going to break the most on any pump because it's a pump. This is the end filter for dropping it into nasty, nasty water. And we've got our inlet and outlet hoses. One's silicone, the other one's hard plastic. We've got our handy dandy user's guide. Let's see what we got here. And I apologize if the angle's weird. I'm working kind of off center right now. So we've got that. We don't need this. We've got a catchment bag to catch fresh water in. And we have a storage slash satchel slash possible backpack bag. I mean, I think it's just like a satchel bag. And then, let's see, as we open this up, we actually get to the device itself. All right, and I'm gonna move the box out of the way. In fact, I'm gonna move everything out of the way real quick, because we don't need any of this right now. We'll need this stuff when we put some water through it. So we've got the actual pump itself, a little protective bag, and what you have is you have this is where the inlet hose goes, and this is where the outlet hose goes. Obviously, it's a pump. This is a pressure pump. It actually builds up pressure inside of this canister, forcing it through the filter, which we're going to take apart. Also, there is a bleed or a pressure release knob on the bottom. If we pump it, you'll see that it's going to retain just a little bit of pressure when we're doing that, and then when we twist the bottom, you can hear it's releasing that pressure. So we're going to go ahead and close that up. And then this thing actually has a 2-part filter inside of it. And we're just going to go ahead. This is all stainless steel, so you can see where it is. It's actually marked in and out right there, if you guys are seeing that. The threads on this are really tight. So I would make sure that it's wet or that you're cautious. As you can see, there is actually an O-ring on the stainless steel canister. I'll set that right there. Where are you going? Where you going, man? Maybe we'll set it up like that. All right, and then you've actually got the filters. Now the filters are held in with double O-rings, is what I read. There you go, double O-rings. And then you've got a 2-part filter here. This is once again held together with O-rings, double O-rings. So you can see inside here, this is your primary filter, or your preliminary filter, and then this is your secondary filter. This one doesn't seem to come apart. You can actually order these through the company, and they just take some pressure. And then these are the internal workings. It's a very simple vacuum pump. It's a very simple vacuum pump design. No threads required. You just push it in. It's that easy. You put the threads back on it. And then as it gets tighter, I would probably prefer to do this with wet seams, but that's okay. Just to kind of get rid of that metal on metal thing, because I want to get this thing as tight as I can. And what I've noticed is that in order to get it back to its original point, you got to really put a little bit of torque on it. And that's just because the threads are dry. But now we tighten the bottom back up. We now have some pressure. It's just that easy. So hopefully you guys were able to see all of that. I think now we need to get some water. We need to get some water. And I think, oh, come here, you. The thing about getting the water, it's wintertime. So, and I'm on the Chesapeake Bay. So finding any like realistic water to simulate with is kind of a pain in the butt. So I did a little bit of looking and found a nice little spot where we can find some nasty water to do this test on. Here we are, local retention pond. It's kind of dry, but I think it's going to be perfect because it may just be mucky enough. I want to find as much dirty water as I can. So let's go ahead and, here we go. All right, there we go. Oh boy. Yeah, I think that's gonna do, guys. I think that'll do. Here we come down here. No, I just don't want to get my feet any wetter than they need to be. They're sneakers. They're sneakers. All right, pop the top off of this thing. All right, here we go. I hope I got this thing facing in the right direction. Just got to get as much of this water as we can. There we go. And so I hopefully you guys found that little fall in the edge of the pond entertaining, super fun. So I've assembled the basic parts here. We've got the pump, we've got the hoses. We're going to use this just cause. And let's go ahead, and we've got our dirty ass water. So you can see there's more than enough contaminants in it. So we're gonna go from there. All right, so let's put that over there. We're gonna take let's put this up here so you can see it. And there we go. And then so we're going to use this piece. I'm gonna save these so I can store this away. We're gonna use this hose right here, and the reason I'm using the harder hose for the, man, how many monkeys did they get to tie this thing? That's crazy. We're going to use this as our intake hose. That's right, I didn't read the directions. All right, this is stupid. This is just dumb at this point. Undo yourself, wire. I will be done with this. I shall be done with this. All right, so we're going to use the extra long one. Untangle it here off screen because this is the one that we would use. This is the one we would use to get away from the edge. And then all we have to do is we just press it into, and it locks. And then we're going to hook it up into our end, and it locks. And then we're going to attach. This one's a zip tie. Really? There we go. And then we're going to attach this one. It actually has this hard end on it and then the soft end. And I'm using that because this thing comes with a clip where you can clamp it off. But I don't really see the water moving a lot if you're not pumping. So we're going to find out. And there's actually little blue lines that are on this indent, that are on the white hose to show you how far it should go in. All right, so with that said, we're going to move this off over here. We're going to drop it in there. It kind of wants to float. We're going to shake the air bubbles out of it. You know what I can probably do is I can probably, just for the purposes of making this darn video, we can do that right there. Make sure it's in the screen. Okay, it's in the screen. Good to go. All right, let's get this other junk out of the way. And then all we have to do is put, it's really hot. This is really interesting to do in the kitchen. We're going to drop that in this clean mason jar. And I don't know if it's going to, maybe I wonder if I need that clip to hook it to something. So I'm sure this isn't what this is really meant for. It's like a little badge clip that they're giving you. But I'm going to wrap it around the hose and then clamp it. There we go. And then clamp it onto this jar so it doesn't go anywhere while I'm using both hands to do the whole pump thing. And that's what I'm going to do. Come on now. Come on now. You were just on there a second ago. There we go. I'm going to clamp it to the jar. There we go. So you guys should be able to see that clear as day right now. We're going to back it up just a little bit. And then I guess we just pump now. This thing is locked down. It's got to build up a little bit of pressure. I can feel it starting to tighten up just a little bit. I'm not sure if you have to prime this thing, because like I said, I did not read the instructions. I can hear this pump is making noise now. You're an idiot. All right, let's try this again. And there she goes. Okay guys, so even with the pump being off right now, like I'm not using it, there's still pressure in there. So I guess it's important to remember that this type of pump, it actually gets filled. Like right now it still has water in it. Remember we started with like this much water and now we only have like this much water? It has everything to do with this type of pump, and it actually, once the pump is completely full of water, it needs that water as for hydraulic pressure to push it through the filters. I would also remind people that, you know, like I said, like the pump isn't even doing anything right now, but it's still actually pushing water, pushing clean water. This pump actually does chlorine, what was it, microplastics. It does pretty much everything. It's a little bit more work than your standard carbon filtration setup, but I think if it's something that you're going after, that you want to be able to get as water as clean as possible, this pump is definitely going to be the one that I would recommend that you take a look at. I didn't feel like the first test was an honest test, so I've emptied this back out, and I think we're going to see a lot better stuff here in a second. So let's do that now. This thing is banging back and forth because of the hose pressure. Maybe if it doesn't move, it won't be so dang loud. It's the plastic hose banging on the plastic container is where all the noise is coming from. I don't have the hands to... That's from the pressure. That's the pressure doing that. That's hilarious. Anyway, I think you guys can clearly see that it worked quite well. There we go. Is that in the way? There we go. You can clearly see it works quite well. Yep. Nom, 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 nom. All right, guys. That's going to be about it. Do me a favor, make sure you hit that thumbs up on the way out the door. And as usual, stay safe. Have a great day, and I'll see you when I see you. Bye-bye.